on. We'll just do a quick check. We've got camera, check. Looking good, good angle. We've got mic check. Fa-la-la-la. Yeah, okay, that works. And what we're gonna do tonight is work on Necropolis by Frog God Games. That's a little poppy up there. We've been busy. We've been busy a little bit off camera. I'm trying to do repetitive work off camera, and I have finished all of the outside walls. Look at that. Isn't that not a thing of beauty? They're not done, they're not finished. There's little stone details to do. They've all got to be coloured. We've got to actually get some details in these inner areas here, like these little stones, loose stones. We've got to get some loose stones in all of these. It ends up getting coloured a little bit like this. So a long way to go. You'll also see that I've been working on our background too. This corridor here, and look at that. I think that looks beautiful. I am actually very okay with this. I've missed a little patch there, but you can see that I've been working on this. This here is a pretty repeating pattern. It's just my baseline, and then we come in over the top and we just paint it like this. And what I want to do now is things like this room and these rooms. Probably, maybe we'll even do a little bit of these floors. I don't know. I want to actually start reading some of the descriptions for these rooms. That's what I want to do. This one I've already done, but kind of like start reading these, start understanding what's in them, so I understand what the floors should look like. And up here too, because I don't want to draw flagstones if they shouldn't be. And I got part way into this room and I was like, what if they shouldn't be flagstones? Gonna fix up these here, they're incorrect. That one is incorrect, so we're gonna fix them. Actually, we've got a couple that are incorrect, so we're gonna fix them. This is looking really good. This is looking really good. So let's do our fix-up work first. This is the shadow layer that is at issue here. The shadow is actually coming too far out. So so what's happened is I did a fill on the shadow layer, and but you could see there's gaps in these stones, so the shadow actually came into the stone. So I've actually got to cut that back. So we'll just go through and clean these up. This will be our little warm-up right here. And then where we need it, we can add a little bit of shadow right there. There we go. Okay. These walls are looking great. Every single stone block was drawn last night. But that's the type of thing where I didn't want to do it like on stream. It's just me drawing, 100 stone blocks. Boring. Okay. Was that the only one? Nope, 2 more down here. Hey, Green Luton! Stream won't load. I'm not sure what to say to you. There's not really much I can do about the actual stream itself. I mean, it's streaming. I think Jack would tell me if it wasn't working. We'll do a quick check here. Okay, Jack sees it streaming. For some reason my internet has been a little barfy. Yeah, I see me. So, I'm not sure what to say to you, GL, other than it's good to see you, my friend. And you are missing a map of awesomeness right now. Alright, so let's zoom in on our sky cam, and I'm gonna zoom into room 16. Okay, There's our room 16 right there. Room 16 is that. So let's go and see what they've got to say about room 16. And I might make notes on each room so we know what we're doing. And there'll be no spoilers. I don't do spoilers. Room 16, Infinite Exploration. From the base of the stairs. There were stairs. Oh, there's stairs actually in this corridor. That's one thing I've got to actually draw is stairs. The passageway proceeds 60 feet to the west. That's the other thing. North on this map is west. And then turns right. Okay. Goes 10 feet, blah, 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 blah. But this is a very old-fashioned description. This is the way they used to do their room descriptions. Literally describing the dimensions of the corridor. Thereafter broadening to 10 feet for another 30 feet in length. Use the foregoing as you describe to the players what the PC team sees as it traverses this part of the tomb. Doors on the west wall in the last 10 feet of this section are 2 doors. Alright. Double copper sheet doors. The chamber. Large chamber, 30 feet wide, 50 feet long, 30 feet ceiling above. The room is plastered white. There it is. There it is. That's the description we needed, right? The room is plastered white and painted with scenes of Rahotep counting his wealth. Okay, but that would be on walls. Maybe we'll do a little bit on the floor. That'd be kind of cool. Wearing jewels, doing all manner of things. Blah, 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 blah. Eat the bagel, etc., etc., etc. Holy shit, what's going on here? Alright, so... Alright, so plastered white. Basically, that room is plastered white. So, I'm actually just very quickly gonna... Because we're on this shadow layer here. Shadows! So let's get this in. Just a little bit of a repair job. There we go. There we go. That will do for now until we colour these floors in. We can then clean up a little bit more. Alright, so plastering white. Do I want to do it or do I want to mark it? I think I want to mark it. I think I want to actually write in each room what should be going on there. A little bit distracted, but might as well do it while we're here. Oh, shadow goes over the stone. So, I think we're gonna actually put like a notes layer on this thing. Let's do it. Then that way we can actually just mark off the rooms. So this is plaster, right? This was white plaster, and she started writing that literally in white on white. Okay, so this is white plaster. So that room is actually going to look very similar to this room. Okay, cool. So let's do Let's do 8. So that was 18. 18 we've done. 18 was right here. Let's come to 19 and 20. I think I want to do 19, 20, and 21. I want to understand these a little bit. 19, 20, 21, and 22. Alright, 19. Side corridors. You see a passageway of about 3 paces width and 5 furlong half-halfpenny farthing 2 penny pieces. Twice a man's hides angling off before you. It is difficult to see far in the dim light, but it would appear that the corridor doglegs to the right, left, after about 40 or 50 feet. What? Oh, it must be talking about this dog leg here. Because I was going, that ain't 40 or 50 feet, that's like 10 feet. Alright. So that's it. That there's actually nothing there. So 20, let's do 20 right here. Careful of reading spoilers, I don't want to do spoilers. I'm not sure anyone cares, but... A dark shape is seated... This is the player description. A dark shape is seated in a huge chair. Okay, so there's going to be a chair that we're going to draw right here. Alright, so dark shape in a huge chair. Dwarfed by its 15-foot height and 10-foot breadth. You originally took this to be a statue, slightly larger than man's size, but it just moved. Ah! Raising the palm of its right hand towards you. Hello. So you have at least managed to find my retreat. Oh, not hello. Okay. In a deep, rumbling, booming voice. Hello. Just managed to find my retreat. Oh no. Bizarre. You are either worse fools or blah. Yeah. Okay. Don't care. Cherry red light springs from all of the pillars. Oh, the pillars. Oh, there's lots of pillars. Maybe we could draw pillars tonight. There are lots of pillars. Holy balls, I just noticed. But I guess I should be doing that, but you'll look at my nose. But it's up there. Sky cam. Alright, so cherry red light springs from all of the pillars. What does it say about the pillars? 3-foot half columns continue at 10 feet intervals, each shedding a dull and bloody red hue. 3 pairs of larger pillars line the way towards a massive amethyst throne. Okay, so those must be the pillars right in the center, right near the words, the numbers 20. Okay. Doesn't say anything about the floor color. This is a long dialogue. Still going. Onto a new page. Second box, more dialogue. Third box, more dialogue. Holy crap, this is old school. It's hard reading, actually. Alright, so it seems like this room has nothing real special coloring wise. I think I could continue drawing the floor in here, and then we plop on like there's a pillar. It looks like they're intersecting with the walls, which could be kind of cool. And then we come here, and here. Yes. And those I think are larger, and then we actually have ones that are intersecting with the walls here too. So that could be fun. I think we're gonna do that tonight. We are gonna absolutely draw these. Diesel Shot. Thank you for the follow, very much appreciated. Alright, so we're gonna do that. And I think is gonna be one of the focuses for tonight. is getting those pillars in. I've got a line here that I was using for drawing in the shadows because I did a fill, so I'm going to get rid of that line right there. We're going to draw in the rest of this floor because I think we can. Get the pillars on top, get the big huge throne right there, rocking and rolling. I think we might... I'm kind of feeling like a red and black marble or something. Room doesn't mention anything like it, but just something... Even a black marble streaked with red. To go with the red hue, right? And the devil creature that's sitting in here talking to you. And hello. Alright, so that's decided. We're going to work on that tonight. I'm not going to write notes for that. These all shot. Thank you so much. It's taking shape. It is taking shape. Let's poke our nose into room 21. I think 19, 20, 21 is going to be a focus for tonight. 21, Secret Room of Skulls. Alright, I've got to be careful I don't read how you get into this room. You walk through a 10-foot square foyer and come into the main portion of the chamber, this being room 21. Above is a plain ceiling, 12 feet high. The floor seems to be of solid sandstone. There you go, okay? So look at this. This room here, sandstone. Solid sandstone in that room. So I think we'll do something maybe similar to this. But it will actually come out looking a little bit more like this. That's what that room looks like right here, there. So that's a beautiful colour too. So we're definitely going to use that. Alright, so what else have we got for room 21? Come on, come on, come on. Come on, baby boy. There we go. Yeah, so that way I could draw the flagstones throughout, but just this area right here is going to be sandstone. No. Yeah, 21. Well, it was 21, yeah. I thought for a moment it was 22. So, that's 21. I don't think I need to read any more of that. Except, this will be something we draw later on. The east and west walls, that's the north and south on this map, bear Roman-style archways decorated with bas-relief. We won't get to draw too much of that. Devil's head, Western human figures, blah, 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 blah. Skulls are ranked in rows all about. We're going to put skulls all over this. This is going to be awesome. And it's heavily cobwebbed. This is going to be a fun room to draw. I'm looking forward to actually getting into the details on this. Alright, room 22. Domain of Uta-Debu. You're in a big chamber. 140 feet deep and over 100 feet long. It reeks of death and is as moldy as a grave. Cool. We're going to do... Oh, this is going to be a fun one to do too. There are half a dozen pale and beautiful women here. Uh-oh. Tall, slender, and very shapely too. Tall, slender, shapely women in a fantasy game. I'm going to guess vampires. They smile and beckon you, but their eyes glow with feral and red light. And long fangs. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. And their upper jaws show them to be undead things. Yeah. You have no time for further observation, for they are already upon you. Roll for initiative. Yeah, they're 6 female vampires. The harem of Uta-Debu. Within the east and west alcoves are various amenities and furniture for the vampirettes. Couches and other items. Yeah, okay, we'll have fun drawing this one. The main map you can see on the Skycam has a whole bunch of like coffins in here. So I guess we'll add some coffins in here too. But that will be something we do another day. Now you see that this is a private domain of a vampire. That layer is 6 lemons to either the great sarcophagus in the eastern portion was certainly that of Uta-Debu himself. What great sarcophagus? I don't know what they're talking about. So when I'm doing this, by the way, I'm actually looking at the equivalence of you looking up there. I have it on another monitor. Alright, then it talks about a little bit of a saucy picture here. You probably can't see. A little bit of... Oh, no. I wonder if they'll include that in the redo. Alright, and then it talks about other things in the room. Okay, so that's just kind of like a vampire harem type of thing. So I'll make a note of that. Oh, come on. Vampire harem. It doesn't mention it being a soft soil ground or anything like that. So... And I think then, do I... Yeah, let's come up north a little bit while we're doing this. Let's get a sense for what is going on. Holy shit balls, what is going on in room 25? And am I talking about 20, 24, 25, 25E, 28, 27, 26? 27A, 26A, 25B. What the hell is going on in this room? Let's see if we can just get like to the floor of this room quickly. 25. No, 24 first. So 24. Is that the first one? 24, 25. Yeah. Oh, this. I guess there's a 23, isn't there? If we're going to be really strictly speaking. 23. Secret passage. Alright, we'll come back to that. Yeah, some of these descriptions, man. Alright, 24. The 20-foot long stairway. Alright, that's coming down. Okay. Leads you into the southeast corner of a 30-foot wide area, an antechamber, you suppose. Blah, 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 blah. A few strange spheres of nauseating green and orange float in the air. We'll probably draw those, by the way. Each shedding an ugly light at 5 feet range. Okay. The walls slope gradually inward as they rise. They are green and flecked brown and black. I think our floor needs to match that. Green and orange striations for the columns. Alright, so just making a note in here. That was kind of like a green, brown and black. Green, brown, black. And the columns are green and orange. Alright, that's just, that helps me understand how I should be drawing that room. Okay, then 25, the Great Hall. So is 25 different? I mean... I just want to see if the colours are changing. There is a red-blue light in 25 that isn't near 24, or at least it's ahead. I'm going to guess it's where 28 is at. Hey! just so you know too, like this one room has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 read it to the player boxes. And I haven't even got to 25A and B yet. I might come back to this room. Yeah, I think I'll come back to this room because then there's a 25E. I think we're gonna do the 25s, the 26s, the 27s, the ABCs. We're gonna do all of those separately. And I probably need to understand the X's and the L's and shit. So I think that area is gonna be something we come back to up there. Ah, damn, I love those walls. Alright. So I think very confidently that we could do 19, 20, 21 now. So let's focus on this area right here. So we're gonna actually, we've got a brush, hard drive pen pressure size 25. Black is good. So let's finish these. Now this isn't exactly a throne room, but it's a pretty significant room, so I'm not going to suddenly break into broken flagstones and shit like that too much. A little unevenness is good. I like to have little gaps between my flagstones. But I also want it to look, not like this, right? There's a freaking Prince of Devils type of thing in this room. It's like, dude, your place is a shithole. What are you doing? Fix this place up. And then I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at those pillars. And because, I mean, there's red glow, right? There were red glow, so I think we're going to do red pillars. Now I actually already have red pillars drawn. But it's too big. Like there, right there. But it's too big, so we're gonna redo one. And then we're probably just gonna replicate that everywhere we need it. I'm drawing on the wrong layer. I'm going to continue, but you see I'm actually on my notes layer. But I should be able to actually just grab everything that I'm drawing here and just copy it across. So I'm not too concerned. Alex, Vixen, good to see you. I'm going to zoom out in a second, my friend. We just spent the first part of the stream reading through some room descriptions so we could see if there was a particular colouring or floor style that we had to adhere to. We haven't actually got many rooms to do now, as you're going to see when I show you this. I was a busy little bee last night. I didn't stream because I was doing a lot of repetitive work, but I did work on the map. gotta replace this glove. This glove is not cutting it anymore. It's still reading my flesh right there. You see it stopped drawing? It's reading my flesh on through the material. And so my monitor is getting double input. And partly, actually, honestly, I'm going to blame Wacom for that. But it may be just an old technology for this monitor I'm using. It is like 7 years old now, or something like. Alright, let's finish these. Right here. There we go. Nice. Okay, before I get too deep into here, because I'm actually drawing on the wrong layer right now, I'm just going to do a quick whoop-de-doo. And I'm going to grab... Oh, come on. See, it just detected my bloody hand again. Alright, everything I just drew... I'm gonna cut that out. I just drew all of that. I'm gonna come down to the ink floor layer right down here. I'm gonna paste this back in, and then we're gonna slot that little puppy back into position. Alright, something like that. And then we're gonna merge that with our ink floor, and now we're back on the right layer again. Cool beans. I'm going to make our notes layer just a little bit lighter, just so it's not too intrusive. Dyson is here. Hello, Dyson. Actually, so Dyson, when this tablet stops working for me, I'm going to get a Hue one. They're like half the price. Oh, cheers for that one. Control Shift V. Control Shift V. Well, you know what? Hold on a sec. Control Shift. Dyson, I love you. I want your babies. I didn't know that. That's one thing I actually kind of like about Photoshop is you keep learning these little shortcuts all of the time. Control Shift V. I'm going to forget it as soon as tomorrow, maybe half an hour from now. So this is what I managed to get done last night. I managed to actually draw the rest of the walls. And I'm going to do more of these little stones in these large areas. And so when I colour it, it's going to look like these stones here. So that's kind of what I'm going to be shooting for in this area right here. But I'm actually really happy with how these walls came out. I actually really like my walls. Oh yes, space for pan. Yes, I learned that one because my Wacom was playing up one day and wouldn't actually do my touch pan. I was like, well, how am I going to pan this now? And I looked it up online. And it was like, yeah, press space. It's like, okay, did not know that. I actually, so my full-time day job is in a computer company, but we actually have creative staff as well, obviously for interfaces and stuff. And watching those guys work, it's nuts. Because I swear they hardly ever touch a mouse. It's like, it's all keyboard shortcuts and shit. And I'm like, how the hell are you doing that? And I got one of them to tell me some keyboard shortcuts once, and out my head. But I am trying to get more shortcuts down, I am. Even if it's just changing tool type, you know? Thank you, Dyson. That's actually really nice of you to say that. You are the king of dungeons, as you know. So anytime anyone asks me to draw a dungeon, I'm always like, ah. But I think this one is beginning to take shape.
We want a shrubbery.
Every time I hear that shrubbery thing, I'm like, it can't be. It can't be the Bashman, and it's the Bashman. Welcome, King, to the channel. It's always a pleasure. Don't get to see you enough. How are you, my darling? Now, this was the room with skulls and shit piled up in it, wasn't it? It was sandstone. That's not looking too shabby. I'm okay with that. I am not going to do the floor of the vampire harem just yet. I actually kind of want to think about this a little bit. Like, think about what tile design I want to do. Because it'd be kind of cool to do something more like... And not that, because it's too dirty. But something spiffy, you know? But I want to think about that. Alex Vixen says a friend keeps a little A5 notepad next to her when she on her computer for Photoshop or Sai or Krita when she discovers a shortcut. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, and I don't do anything like that. Like, I've got a wall right here next to the camera. I could have a little chart of keyboard shortcuts. That would make sense. I don't do the common sense things. It's like I'm a fairly intelligent woman. Okay, I'm fairly intelligent, and I kid myself even to this day that I got it. Locked in the vault. Never is. Never is. And I always like, yeah, I got it. I don't. But a little voice on my shoulder goes, you got it. You got it. I am good. Jack is good. We are doing well. We've been I've got a little stone block here. I'll come back to that. We've been busy in the yard. I had a small meadow as a backyard. Like, I was that neighbour that had the grass that was up to your waist that you would just go, oh, are they ever gonna do something with their garden, Henry? I don't think so. I'll have to go and talk to them. Maybe I can report them to the city. We were that family, and we've just got done like getting rid of all of the grass. And we've covered the whole lot with a weed suppressant. It's like the sheeting. We've got it all pinned in position. The whole thing is a black sheet back there. And we're going to gravel it. We're going to make a Japanese garden back there. And it's going to be sweet. And we are going to have to move something like 5 tons of pea gravel at some point. But that's another day. So that's how we spent our July 4th, was actually working in the garden. But it's going to be great. I'm going to have a lovely, you know, what would you call it? I want to say a minimalist fire pit, you know, but like an artsy fire pit, just a nice fire pit. I'm going to get some stones around it that you can sit on, you know, nice sitting stones, all pea gravel everywhere. We'll have a shed over there. We'll have something over here. And it'd be great. And I want to get some water features and shit going, but super low maintenance. Like, I like looking at a nice, well-tended backyard. I have no interest in actually being the person that maintains it. That's kind of where I'm at. I didn't need that wall. I was just using it temporarily while doing a fill. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna do pillars. We are gonna draw red pillars, and I'm actually thinking that they should look like this one, like right here, with the green outside edge, but with red instead. So I think I'm gonna steal that because I think I want to test to see if it's the size that I want. So I think that, see, that could be end up being too big. But if it's smaller, although these here, maybe these here need to be the large ones. Yeah, and then maybe these here, and against the outside walls, maybe they need to be smaller. Yes. I kind of want them this color because it's going to be the same as these walls once we've colored them. I don't want red because reasons. It's kind of the consistent approach that we've taken here. But I'm not sure about it. I'm really not sure about it. Maybe the red's too bright. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, more like that. Alright, and so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate this and I'm going to shift that up to one side. That's going to be my normal size. This one here, however, we are going to scale this puppy. Right there, that's what I'm looking for. 50 might be too small. It's just a winkle fella. It's like he wants to be a grown-up pillar. Maybe something like that. And they start here. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to cut. I'm going to cut this corner out. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, and they start at this intersection. I could put snap on. I probably should put snap on. I probably should. Why is she still talking about it and not doing it? I don't know. This is what she does. But, you know, Photoshop has got the guides. That's all we need, right? Okay, let's take you. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I'm crazy, all right. I'm a rebel. I don't use Snap in Photoshop. Check me out, folks. There we go. So if we take you two and we duplicate you. See, I actually think this one right here. What there? Alright, that lines up. Alright, we take you two. We'll do it again. don't like this, that's okay. We can always redo. This is the floor itself is going to be black. I think we're going to do a black and red on the floor. So I'm kind of thinking maybe, and it's got a heavy glow. Each column glows red. I'm tempted to actually come in on the columns and draw some foot details like here. Like get some nice decorative bases going on them. I'm very tempted to do that. Yeah, like those. So my Photoshop is just taking a while to catch up. I think this map, by the way, just as a disclaimer, my rig is reasonably powerful. You know, 32 gig of memory. But like the CPU is old, and I'm thinking, I know I'm gonna have to upgrade my machine. I think this map is gonna force me to upgrade my machine here in the next 4 weeks, seriously. But I'm thinking about taking like a decorative base, not one of those bases. What do you mean you can barely hear me? Now, my volume hasn't changed at all. It's gotta be something new, and no one else has complained about it. I never dick about with my volume between streams, like ever. Jack, can you give me a sanity check on that? But I never fuck about with my volume. I never change my volume in my streams. I never change the volume on my mic. That aside, Mark, Subaga, good to see you. Alright, but decorative bases to one side. We will come back to that. Larger columns in the center. And one more time. Let's just zoom out. Oh, I think that's actually looking pretty good. I think that's looking pretty good. I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, I think if we get the floor coloring down here, this could be a nice room. Doesn't leave a lot of room for the throne, does it? It's meant to be this massive throne, and it's like butted up against these two big huge columns. There's a devil sitting on this throne with two pillars in his face. It's like, didn't think this through, did you, Charlie? Alright, so I'm gonna actually merge all of these suckers down. Where did they go? There we go. That should be all of those. It is. And I'm gonna do... if I put my columns below my wall, the wall would automatically cover. There's no reason why I can't have my pillars below my wall, is there? Like so. I kind of want my columns. They literally look like they're underneath the wall, don't they? And I don't think that they should be like that. I think they should be above the wall. I feel like they should almost be part of the wall. You know, I think that's the thing. I almost feel like I need to be getting rid of the wall ink there. Maybe I could try that. Or I actually delete the column itself and the wall. Let's try a couple of things here. Like, I feel confident enough in these at the moment to be able to merge them into my pillar. So let's try a couple of different approaches. Ah, no, that's fine. All right, so one is. You know what? Joking to one side, I haven't saved my map tonight, so I'm gonna have just hit save right now. Alright, so that's one approach. The other is actually very, very, very similar. But also so the columns and maybe I need to actually call it. I'm actually leaning towards. I think I'm leaning towards this one, the top. I'm gonna have to color these bricks. Minor Realm Games, thank you very much for the host. Very much appreciated. Alright, so I'm gonna just very quickly, we're gonna colour a couple of these bricks in. I'm feeling it's this. I'm feeling it's this. Alright, we're gonna get a little bit of colouring action going on. Wall colouring. Let's get a little bit of sass going on. And we're on wall colouring. We're gonna change our brush to the Happy HB here. I am not gonna get caught up in colouring all of these blocks, folks. Don't worry about that. Now, my pillar is above my wall right now. Do I want the pillar above my wall or below my wall? And let's leave it as it is. I might be overthinking this. A little bit. Well, that is some wonky ass stone block right there. Okay. So we're gonna be doing a similar approach to these down here. I'm thinking, though, honestly, of just cutting these off, you know, so these are half columns, and these will come across as 3/4 columns. I think this is the right approach here. Let's come down here a little bit, make sure I'm on the right layer, because I tend to screw that up. Let's just get a little bit of texturing going on. Make this bush just a tad larger. What I like about the Happy HB, if you've not been here before, you've not heard me say this before, is it's almost a little bit like a spray gun in a way. You can just press very, very lightly and it will cover 100%. And I'm going to come over this again with 2 more shades. All of the stone blocks are going to get this treatment and then some. I just want to get these corner ones done just so I can make sure that I like what I'm doing here. Alright, now we're going to come in quite a bit lighter. This is where the guard always took their smoke breaks. Alright, let's... Something like this. We're gonna actually have to a few sessions of some heavy stone colouring. So I'm not gonna get into this today. But this is the type of thing that I'm talking about right here. Let's come in a little bit lighter. And I'm actually gonna change the brush. And I'm gonna change the brush to Kyle's splatter. And I want to make sure this is pretty small, because it does an half splatter too. And we're just gonna, see that real splat right there? The little splatter. Splatteroo. It's like, Kyle, slow down, man. What are you doing? I think that could work. That's not too shabby. I'm gonna hit save again. Again, we're gonna come back through all of the blocks all over this place. There's a hell of a lot of them. And one or two places I've kind of dialed them in a little bit closer. But generally speaking, we're gonna hit it, I don't know. We're gonna hit it when I'm feeling really depressed and I'm drunk or something and I just want to do something methodical for a long time. But generally, for this area, I think that's it. Zombie Dance Team Leader. Last time I saw Zombie Dance Team Leader was back in 1998. He and I were doing a tour in Iran. And this was before, things went really south. And let's just say he ended up he carted me out of there when Charlie was all over us. Charlie? Did they have Charlie? Anyway, they had Charlie. Charlie was all over us. Dragged me to the chopper. They had choppers. Zombie, I haven't seen you in a long time, man. I haven't seen him in a long time. It's been like a couple of weeks. Anyway, I'm going back to pillars. I'm gonna do what I do best. Call the pillars in. Couple of weeks. In fact, we're motoring along, my friends. As I zoom out, it's like you can't quite see it as much, but you can see we've got all of our outside walls in. I mean, look at that. We've got our maze coloured in. We've got the column over there, or the corridor snaking out in. We've started actually colouring the background in. I'm kind of doing this quilt style. I do a little bit here, do a little bit here, depending on what we're in the mood for. But I mean, look at this. This is really taking shape. We've got all of our shadows in. Look how beautiful these shadows are on these rooms and the corridors. Even the black and white corridors with these shadows pop to me. Honestly, I could just hang with the black and white map and the shadows, and that'd be good. There was a week, Zombie, where I didn't stream. I was working, but I did not stream. And I want to say for the full week. And then we had, of course, the July 4th weekend, and I didn't stream anything over that period of time. So there's definitely been a little bit of, it's not you, it's me, going on. Alright, so anyway, on these pillars, I'm gonna do a little bit of a delete-a-roo here. So we'll come back in and do a cleanup in a second. I'm really tempted to at least get the base color on these stone blocks. Really, really, really tempted. What were you working at, Zombie? You're a hard-working guy. It seems like every time we chat, like you're even working like sometimes mid-stream, like, oh shit, gotta go. Dare I try to actually do this. When I was drawing these blocks, I tried to make sure I had no... Oh, look, I got a gap! Look at there! Alright. And I tried extra hard not to have any gaps, and I've still got a gap. Alright, can't do that one. Let's try. Oh, have I got another freaking gap there? What the hell is wrong with me? Alright. Wow. Wow, apparently I didn't try very freaking hard. I just want to fill these blocks with a little bit of sand colour, Tony. That's all I want to do. Just want to get a sense for what this room's going to look like. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Can I do you? Yeah, can I do you as well? A little bit of you. What about you going around the dog leg? Yep, okay. And then we'll go to actions. We make this 2 pixels. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. 2 pixels bigger. We go to wall coloring. We're going to pick an appropriate color. Something like that. Screw it. And we throw in a fill. Change our brush back to you, sir. You. We need a solid color. Building an over-engineered 8-foot long triangular frame thing of stupidity. A normal person would just use netting to cover strawberries. Well, if you ever get a compunction to come up here to the Pacific Northwest and build a shed, let me know. Where the holes are in this. I don't know how these blocks were not select tight. I'm actually a little surprised. But anyway, there they are. They're done. That gives us a good sense for what that room is going to look like. I am okay with that. Hit save. I'm actually really tempted to grab this background color here and fill in our sandstone. Just like do it, get it done. And then maybe we could start working on the black and red. So this room, by the way, or that room next to it, they're described as having a black floor. And I think this one is actually a little too dark. This one is better because it's got a bit of texture to it. So I'm probably going to come back to this one at some point. So if I'm going to do black here, I'm actually, black and red, I'm actually tempted to do more like this. Where, you know, it's, how do I want to say it? Where it's like, there's so much red in the black that it's not even really about the black. It's like, you know, but is that going to come across as some kind of weird stripe? I got to be careful of that. But I kind of want to give it a go. I kind of want to see if we can make it work. But let's grab the sand color, because I'm kind of feeling this area right now. Wow, man. 3 doors on each side? Why do you need a door on each side? What's that about? Isn't that like having a greenhouse and having a door in each wall? What would be the point? Why can't you get away with one? Am I missing something? Yeah, no, I'm totally thinking about buying. No, I'm gonna buy a prefab. Probably, you know, one of those flat pack prefabs and erect it ourselves, type of deal. They've been sounding, but right now I'm seeing them for like $5 grand, and I don't want to spend $5 grand on a shed. Now, granted, this is like 100 square feet that I'm looking at. Something like 100 square feet. But I don't want. I don't know. I feel like I can get a shed cheaper than $5 grand. It just seems like $5 grand is high, but maybe that's just what they freaking cost. Honestly, when I think of $5 grand, I seriously sit there and think, could I build a shed out of raw components? And I feel like mentally wise, I could. I feel like, give me a circular saw, hammer and some nails, I feel like I could build a shed, but maybe it would fall down. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's something in there that I don't know about. That's right, I'm stealing that floor. I'm stealing it. There's no sense in redoing this particular floor. This is a sandstone floor and I've already done a sandstone, so I'd be damned if I'm doing sandstone again. Right, Jack, so no, exactly. Okay, so no, you're right. Right? I mean, literally, I could buy the raw components, fly my dad out, he could stay with us, fly, and like first class too. And it would be cheaper than buying a freaking shed on its own. Like, there's just something about it that isn't computing in my head. It just feels expensive. Alright, so minor spoiler. There's a big, huge dark off throne here. Minor spoiler 2. There's a big, huge devil sitting on the throne. Minor spoiler 3. He goes, hello, when you enter the room. That bit's not true, but he should. And behind the throne is the entrance into this area here, which is room 21. So I feel like this block here should be sandstone as well. Long story short. I kind of like how that's actually bleeding through there too. I'm okay with that. That's not looking too shabby. That's not looking too shabby. I'm okay with that. Would have to be being light enough. Would have to be light enough with just the frame, and could it be rolled over to one side, but I think I'm gonna have to see a picture of this zombie. It sounds like. Did you build like a greenhouse, or did you build a pyramid? I'm kind of a little bit confused at this point. All right, let's get rid of you. I'm trying to imagine a triangle cover for strawberries that requires 3 doors. Like, okay, your mother-in-law is 80. I mean, I get that. But 3 doors. I mean, 3 doors I get if it was the size of a football field or something. But what size did you say it was? 8 feet. So why do you need a door literally every 8 feet? Alright, these sections, by the way, are getting covered by walls colouring. But, you know, I just feel like if I take a screenshot of this and post it somewhere, can't be too slapdash. I can now get rid of notes in this area. Goodbye. Let's try doing a black. Let's try doing a black. Or do I do no. Do I do a red? Red streaked with black lined veins going through it. Think about this differently. Red. Let's try a red floor. Okay, a giant D4. A giant D4 I could see. No, if you've got a Ukrainian wife, dude. No, I would be scared. Like, well, especially if I had a Ukrainian wife. But no, just Ukrainian anything in the family. I'm gonna do what I am told. I am gonna be very well behaved. I feel pretty confident about these blocks because I drew them last night and I've been a little bit more diligent in the inking of them. So great, perfect. And I think I've still got the right colour selected. Wall colouring, let's make sure to do that. Excellente. Nice. Very nice. I'm okay with that room. It's the shadows, man. The shadows really make it. There's something about that sandstone colour and those shadows. It just works so well. We don't have that much more base stuff to do. And then we're going to be able to get into the super sexy room details. Alright. And my computer's been behaving today. It has not barfed. So maybe we could be able to hold off on that computer for just a couple more weeks. Okay, so floor colouring. I have too many floor colourings. Well, why have I got an underfloor colouring and a colouring floor and a background white and a background? We'll make sense of this later on, I'm sure. Hey, it's Marion and Bodie Gazilla. Holy scalpoli. Bodie, it's good to see you. In fact, I'm just going to zoom out for a moment while you guys are joining the channel here. Good to see you, Bodie. Been a while, my friend. Edge Marion. If you want some fiction for Egyptian inspiration, always like that, check out River God. I listened to it on Audible. I like Audible a while back. Really liked it. Okay, River God. So hold on a sec. No, I'm gonna check it. It doesn't have to be fiction per se or whatever. But let me just get to my Audible channel and find that. Zombie, if you can, please post a picture. Like, I know you can't do it right now, But when you get an opportunity, River God. I want to see this thing. I really do. River God. What, with Wilbur Smith? It's got to be that one. Ancient Egypt, Book 1. Added to cart. Oh, added to cart? I have credits? Sure, why not? Done. How do I check out? It wants me to do... wants me to sign it. Well, hold on. You can't want me to sign in. I'm in my Audible account. I'm going to add it to my wish list. Done. Done. Gonna get it. Gonna listen to it. I like Audible. Like, sometimes when I'm not streaming the map or painting, I'll just sit there with Audible playing in the background. It's honestly one of my favourite things. Just someone's reading a book to me and I'm painting a miniature. Love it. Bodhi, you had an audio book release? What? Post a link. What? Yeah, post a link, Bodhi. Link me. Come on, let's see what you've got going on here. What do you mean you had an audio book released today? What? You have a bunch. I never knew that about you. Post a link. Stop teasing us. I think I'm going to start the red here. I think we're going to do red bullet. And you know what though? I want to be careful I don't like nuke this. Let's actually... This is how I end up with so many bloody layers. We're going to do this layer right here. There we go. We're going to colour in that area. Alright, so there's the link. Zombie says, do you have a date set for your next game day? Are you talking about when I run a game? No, but there's going to be 2 or 3 this month. Okay, not maybe 1 or 2 this month. So watch for that, okay? I have to finish the second part of the Curious Case of Sidonius. I've got to, hopefully that one's going to happen in the next 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm going to take the other group through the second part of Britannia, which is a really fucked up adventure that I'm going to run for them. Like, it's really fucked up. It's awesome. It's so awesome. So, yeah, watch for it. It's going to be happening soon. Actually, Jack, you could totally do this channel. I could hook you up, babe. I'd love for you to run a Shadowrun, and I know your fans would love you to run a Shadowrun. That'd be awesome, actually. Yeah, there's no reason why you couldn't do it right there at your desk and we still stream it right here. And it'll be a Jack Cole run Shadowrun. We should do it, babe. We should make that happen. Alright, Bodhi Gazilla posted a link. Roseland, Volume 1. 16 hours. That's one thing, by the way, I always look for in audio. It's like, so I have these credits because I'm with them every single month, of course. And there's some audiobooks that are like 4 hours long or shorter. It's like I never ever get those audiobooks because it's like, yeah, okay, but I'm not going to use my credit on that. 16 hours is a damn good length of book. I am actually going to add this to my wish list and I'm going to get it. When Ginger Mitchell finds out her mother committed suicide, she packs up her life as a Vegas dancer and drives her cherry red SUV straight home to Portland. I'm in. Without disapproving mom to rebel against, what is the point? Add it to my wish list. I am going to get it, my friend. Let's do this. Roseland. I am excited. I am pumped. We are going to do this thing. I will tell you how that goes. Edge, right? Right? I swear almost every single person that comes in this channel and chats is a creative and incredibly gifted to boot. It's like I'm just stunned. I'm surrounded by such intelligent people, such awesome people. Yeah, Bodhi, I got like 4 credits with Audible right now. I've added that and I've added River God to my wish list. I'm gonna buy both. I buy audiobooks like they're going out of freaking business, man. I will definitely be getting that. That's awesome. I'm pumped. I can't believe that you've got audiobooks out there. Do I do it just a solid color? Do I do it just a solid color? We're not painting grass here. Let's do a solid color. Let's do it. Let's start with a solid color. It's gonna look like shit. I'm gonna warn you now. Not too bad. Could have been worse. Oh yeah, I tend to have. I bought extra credits too. Like I have probably bought at this point more audiobooks than I bought regular books. No, that's probably a lie. I have a lot of unread regular books, but you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of audiobooks. I love the audiobook concept. I really do. Like, I'm driving, someone's reading a book to me. I'm painting, someone's reading a book to me. I'm mapping, someone's reading a book to me. It's like I have without a doubt, like consumed more reading matter by someone reading the shit to me than ever any other way. Just hands down. It's brilliant. That column just looks dodgy. I feel like where's my rulers? Where's my rulers? I feel like that column's was. Oh, come on! How could I fuck up columns that badly? Look at that! What the fuck happened to this column? What the living F? What about this one? No, something happened to those 2 columns. Look, they got massively wiped out of position. Son of a bitch. Hold on a sec. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. I can't live with that. That is offensive to my cartographerness. What the fuck? What? I have this wonderful bug in Photoshop nowadays, where after a certain while of using it, and I don't know if it's because I have a grid on or what, but you see how I'm just clicking once, and it's doing an actual full-on select, and if I do that, it does this. It's like, now my Photoshop is just bugged. It's just bugged. And I don't know if it's my Wacom, I don't know if it's my Photoshop. Photoshop has done one update since. It's like, it literally makes no sense. I think it's the fact that I did have a grid on here. Like, I can show you it, but I can't keep it on here. There's my grid. I can't keep it on here because my machine literally wants to commit seppuku. So I'm going to turn that off. But yeah, those columns are gotta go. That is not gonna work. There we go. Deselect. D for deselect. Oh no, Alex! Alex, no, you got the super smarts though. You got super smarts. No, it counts. Flops helplessly in the corner. I can picture it. Yeah, these columns are way off, zombie. Bodhi, I seriously, and maybe this is not to be surprised. Not to be surprised. Yeah, not to be surprised. But maybe you know, I don't know that much about you, right? I haven't actually met you in person yet. When I do, I'm gonna hook the crap out of you. So yeah, you're doing things out there that I don't know about. To be understood, I get it. But still, there's part of me is like, Bodhi Godzilla's got 8 audiobooks out there. How did I not know about this? That's fantastic. And I will be definitely hitting you up as one of my favourite authors. I'll be keeping an eye out for any future work you do. As long as it's audio. I don't do that reading shit, okay? I just can't do it. Like, I like reading, but then I'm typically reading rules to a game or you know, a scenario in Call of Cthulhu or something. I have limited time. I have such limited time. I can't sit there for X amount of hours reading a book. I just can't do it. Like, I'll paint, someone read the book to me. I'll drive to work, someone read a book to me while I'm doing it. I think that's better. Yeah, look at that. That's a lot better. I don't know what happened with that other one. I think I must have placed them and then moved them, but like because both pillars were off a little bit. This works a lot better. King, well, let's just say King, you will get to meet a Lizard Jack in person and remember it. And maybe you'll get to meet Alyssa Jack in person, and Alyssa won't go on a drunken rampage. That one's less likely. Right, so there's a lot here where, like, I kind of want the ground underneath to show, but I'm not going to get into that now, okay? We're not going to get into that now. I'm going to actually come through all of the flagstones. Less on that one, because we've actually done that one. But, like, in this room, here's a prime example. There should be sand showing between these marble pieces, and we're going to come back and do that, but I'm going to come back and do that another time. I just want to get the baselines in. This is a good red. It's almost like a maroon. Is that a maroon? It's not a bad colour. No more chair diving shenanigans. No more shenanigans for this critter right here. Oh no. No, honestly, King, in all seriousness, and I think you know this at this point, that was my first GaryCon, and I know and I recognise that I got so close to caving my face in and losing teeth on the eve of GaryCon as a guest that it kind of honestly shook me a little bit, you know? It's like I realised that I almost did something very foolhardy right there, and I'll never do that again. I'll never do that again. Hey, Miss J! When did Miss J join it? Hey, there's Miss J! Up there! Morning, morning, Miss J. How's it progressing? Miss J, allow me, young lady, because it's progressing pretty darn well. I drew in all of the outside walls last night. I didn't stream it, but I did it. And we're having some fun now. We're having some fun. Hey, thank you, Bodhi. You're so awesome. You're so awesome. And I also, Miss J, you'll remember that where we left this, the walls here and the background were not fully painted in, and so the walls were very harsh and were not blending into the background floor. I spent some time last night colouring in the background floor, getting these walls to blend with them, looking a lot better now, looking a lot better in this area. So we did a lot of work. I'm going to come up to this area. We drew all of these stone blocks. I say we. No one was with me. Fuck you guys. I did this all on my own. This is on my own. I did this last night while listening to an audiobook. Yeah. And I think she's looking pretty darn good. And at the beginning of the stream, I basically came through the remaining encounter areas, which honestly boils down to here. Honestly, there's an entire fucking dungeon up here in encounter areas. It's freaking ridiculous. And here. And I was just making notes for the colours of the floors that I need in each one. Seeing if I, was meant to be doing something special in them. And basically, this one is going to end up looking a little bit like this, but maybe whiter. I don't know. This one's going to be green, browns, and blacks. It's meant to be look icky. I'm thinking about Jubilex colours, like pus colours. We're going to do pus colours up here. And this one didn't have any colours, but I read the description earlier in the stream, and I've decided to go with red and black. That's where we're at. And it is huge. Honestly, this map is image size is 66 inches by 81. Holy balls, I've been actually understating this publicly. 66 by 81. And I actually have to add, I think I've got to add a couple inches to the top here. So it's going to be 66 by 83. And I think my computer is going to have to be replaced as part of this. And I mean that. I'm hand on my heart being serious right there. I can't turn the grid on with this map now. Like, literally my computer, just dies. It just dies. It goes, oh no, I can't do this. And I've just realised I'm actually missing some pillars right here. Look at this. So I'm going to have to copy these over here. Why did no one tell me that? I mean, who is paying you guys? Like, why are you here if you're not going to tell me when I fuck something up? Come on, get with the program, Slick. Bodhi, is my commissions calendar filled up? Yes. But you could always talk to me. And here's the deal with me and commissions. I am always happy to talk to you about a project. And, because some things, some projects can be snuck in, So I've got no problem doing that. So talk to me, PM me. Typically my commissions, honestly, it's been like this for years now. My commissions are, yes, because I do this part-time, because I have a day job, but I'm always, slotting things in and stuff. So, just hit me up anytime you like. And Bodhi, by the way, Miss J Maps, really cool shit. Hit her up anytime. Alex Vixen, yes, you're getting paid. It's like in credits. Jack, what are you doing, Jack? Jack, stop. Thank you, Jack, for the cheer. That's very much. I don't even know at this point what you're cheering. Miss J, are the wall pillars meant to be smaller diameter than the central ones? Yes! The room description actually says the central ones are larger. And that was one of the things that, at the beginning of the stream, we were going through room descriptions, and this room, that's what it said. And I kind of like it. I kind of like how that room's beginning to shape up. I kind of got a bit of a soft spot for it. Jack, stop typing with your forehead. It's not working. Okay, so let's do a darker color first. I always like it going a little darker first. Let's hit up. Are we on floor? Floor. And a white. I keep coming over here because this is where my bar used to be. But now Dungeon Tomb asked me to move it over here, and now Dungeon Tomb doesn't join the fucking stream. Dungeon Tomb, I know you listen to the streams after the fact. I moved this bar over here for you Sunshine. Anyway, we're going to. What brush are we gonna use here? What brush? Oh, yes, indeed. Yes. I think we're gonna do that one. That's a pretty big brush. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make it wider. And I'm actually going to do this. It's gonna look a little bit like shit. Don't worry about that. A little bit of experimentation here. I'm gonna get the blur tool on this in a moment. Miss J, by the way, did you see that I tagged you the other day on Facebook? Someone was asking for map commissions. Or, like, someone that could take up map commissions, and I tagged you, but you wouldn't have been friends with them. But I think it was a public post, so I figured, like, I could tag you. It was yesterday. I tagged you yesterday. I don't know anything about the project, like, at all. And it was one of these, hey, does anyone know any cartographers? And I tagged you in it. Don't ask me to find it again, because there's no way I'll be able to. I'm definitely going to come in lighter than this. I just want to get a baseline texture. This is not the texture. Because it would look fucking shit if it was. I think I'm going to add a little bit of a lighter colour in here too. Let's do something like this. I think my plan is to get basically a background texture going on. I'm gonna blur all of these together. And then we can add something to the top. That looks bloody awful. Alright, so let's get with the blur. What is this brush? What is this blur brush that I've got going on here? Is it? I feel like this is a Kyle blur thing or something. I don't like this one. I'm gonna actually take this back. I want to actually change my blur. A blur me. I feel like I was playing around with a Kyle like smudge brush or something, or special effects at some point. make magic happen. What? Alright, so my Photoshop apparently is going to be an all or nothing. Is that what we're doing here? Why won't you play? Come on. Why won't you play? Am I on blur? I am on blur. Right there. This is where my machine might. My machine might be barfing on me right now. I think it is. I think my machine really does not like the size of this map and blur. I've noticed that. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can get any joy with this. Yeah, I can't even pinch zoom right now. It's like I would love to see. So hold on a sec, I'm just gonna bring up the task manager right here. And if I can't blur, until I get a new machine, then I can't blur until I get a new machine. That's the way of it. Like back in this room over here when we did a similar technique, right here, like it blurred no problem at all. But also it was the only freaking room that was getting colored at the time. Like right now, this does not want to play along. Like it just doesn't. And I've noticed this too. Any blur tool, like my Photoshop goes. Ugh. But I mean, this map is like almost 70 inches long. I mean, it's freaking huge. My machine is like, I want to say 8-9 years old. The graphics card is like 3 years old and pretty beefy, but Photoshop isn't going to use too much of that. My memory is 32 gigabytes, so not too bad. The CPU is 10 years old. And I think that's where my system really chokes, because I'm only using 17 gigabytes of memory right now. I'm not using close to the 32 that my system has available. I have swap drives out the ass, but this happens. And like nothing, I don't see anything. So I'm actually tempted to get rid of what I was trying to do here, and we'll just have to come back to blurs when I'm gonna have to order a new machine. Like you can see, there's shit going on there, but look how slow that is. Look, you could see it. You could see it. See it moving? That ain't me. That ain't me. That ain't me. I literally have like, what is it, like a 10-second fucking lag right now. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do. Let's see. So Miss J, smudge tools can be fun too. They smudge without adding any paint or mixing the paint. That's what I'm on those. If you increase the spacing on the slow tools and add a bit of angle jitter, I could see that. I could see that. Gaussian blur? Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you what. I mean, and I'm not too arsed because there's so much that we could do, that doesn't need this. So it's all good. It's all good. But what I'm gonna do is, so if we did, I've just basically taken it onto its own layer just for now. Yeah. I mean, we could try Gaussian Blue, I guess. Hey, Queen Looptoon. That's good to see you, man. I'm actually, honestly, I'm thinking I'm just going to delete this. I'm just going to delete it for now. And I think, because I want to be able to do it the way I want to be able to do it, and I mean that from the point of view of, this is the type of effect that I want to be able to get. I think I'm just going to, like, keep forging ahead with the stuff that we can do, and I think I'm going to have to just order a new machine. I think I'm just going to have to do it. I didn't want to spend the time, like, really closely looking at my options and stuff. But I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet, and I'm gonna have to sit here, and I'm gonna have to get myself a machine. I'm gonna have to get it ordered. In the meantime, we're gonna draw the rest of this. There's a lot we could do without getting into the details, right? Wow, it is almost 7 o'clock at night. I've been streaming almost for 2 hours. I didn't realize time has actually flown. Time has flown. Alright. So let's talk about next session. I'm going to place an order for another more powerful computer. It was actually on my cards anyway. I'm going to be honest with you. In the next month or two, I was going to order a new machine because of Cyberpunk 2077. So hands up, I was going to do that anyway. I think I'm going to pull forward the timeline on it, though, a little bit. I'm also going to get some shelving up. I've got some steampunk shelving I want to do on my desk here. So I'm going to pull forward on the timeline of that, too. Because I think my machine does not like handling a map of this size. It just doesn't. And it's not going to go away. It's only going to get worse. Now, a quick disclaimer. I have another commission with Troll Lord Games to do. I think it's a Castle Keeper's Guide, and there's something like 16 settlement maps to draw. So if I hit a point with this map where I just can't get much done, I've got to work on the Troll Lord Games map anyway. So I'm going to be working on that one. I'm going to be working on settlement maps as well, and I'm probably going to alternate on the maps. I think we're going to stick with this one for a short while, and I think what we're going to do is get in some of these corridors, maybe the vampire harem, background colors, this white plaster room over here for sure. That whole green-black Jubilex room up there, we'll leave that to last. But there's enough for us to work on elsewhere. Even if we just work the backgrounds for a little bit and get all of that dialed in, we got plenty to work on. So I'm going to be back doing that. I was going to stream tomorrow night, but because I now need to order a machine, I might need to spend a little bit of time just sitting down ordering a freaking machine. So I might be back tomorrow night. If I'm not back tomorrow night, definitely Thursday or sometime next month for Miss J time. We're gonna keep on working on this area. I think it'd be good to work into these corridors, get the vampire harem done, and just the white plaster room over here. Everything but Jubilex area, basically. And maybe get all of our background colors, and then we'll take a look at Jubilex, because that is one freaking complex thing. I mean, you can see it. You can see it in the sky cam above me. 24, 25, 25E, 28, 27A, 25C, 25A. You get the idea. Bodhi, what machine am I going to be getting? I was gonna build my own machine, but now in the world that we're in, now is not a great time for ordering parts. So there's 2 places I'm considering, and I'm considering honestly something, I don't know, about like $2,000-3,000 worth of machine, probably when all is said and done, and just a pretty good, powerful rig that will last me for X amount of years to come. Like not top of the line, because I'll drop $8,000 on that, but a pretty damn good rig. Ryzen based, you know, and then 64 gig of RAM, you know, get like, you know, 2 drives of 2 terabyte solid state in there. You know, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's kind of the... Oh, and like, you know, a glass panel with LEDs out the fucking ass. Just LEDs. And like a water-cooled, at least water-cooled CPU. Kind of where my head's at. Miss J, you got the bottom half mostly done. You could make a new document, crop off most of the bottom, then do the top half. Yeah, actually, you know, Miss J, you know, working on smaller pieces, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I could even entirely make smart objects out of entire quarters, couldn't I? And really... And maybe we'll do something like that, Miss J. Maybe we'll do that. Instead of working on like 60 by 80 inches, we'll break this down into like, you know, 30 by 40 or whatever. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Because this... I've got to continue working while waiting on the new machine regardless. I like that idea. I like that idea. Edge Marion bought a new PC. Edge Marion bought this one. A PowerSpec G434 gaming desktop PC Intel Core i7-9700KF processor 2.6. Nice. Very nice. So I've been looking at hold on a sec, I don't want to show you my bookmarks and shit. I've been looking at these. I don't like the front end though. I don't like the front end on them. But this type of thing is what I've been looking at. Probably like mid or full tower, you know, like one of these type of deal. I really just don't like the front end. And like quite a bit I don't like the front end. And then there was like, I think it was like CyberPower PC or something like that I was looking at. Does the skin, what, the skin on the computer? I think it does. I think the case matters. What was the name of that other one? I think it was CyberPower. I want to say it was CyberPower. Yeah, so this is the other one I was looking at. No, maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Look at this. So CyberPower PC was the other one I was looking at. Look at some of these. Look at these. Look at these. Like, even this. These are super fucking sexy. Even something like that's pretty good. Like, if I just... So I was honestly thinking about CyberPower PC. And so something like this. Something like this. Ryzen based. Zombie! What? What? Why is Zombie going like this? King, I would be interested in seeing what your experience was. Jack bought one from them and had a good experience. Anyway, so it was between one of these. I mean, look at these. Oops. There's quite a lot of sex factor out there. I mean, you know. Even this burnished stuff in the front I kind of like. This I kind of like. This is lovely. I kind of like this one. Even something like this at the front is okay. I hate this though. This looks like a robot's face. I hate that. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. But that's kind of where my head's at. Miss J, I love your idea about now breaking this map into pieces, maybe into half. I actually really, really, really like that idea, and I think we might have to. In the meantime, I've got Trollord Games maps to work on, and we're going to keep forging on with this. I think I can actually work on the background, so no problem. It handles brushstrokes just fine. It's when it actually needs to start doing some computing power. So if I stay away from the blur tool, like we could just keep forging on with this. King says they put a cheap no-name power supply in my build and it shorted out. Wow, they put really? Wow, okay. Alright, no, hey man. Got a bad experience with them, you got a bad experience. And I am actually a little picky with my power supplies, which is one reason why I am thinking about going with someone like these guys, the game desktops like these. I'm just not a super fan of the actual cases, to be honest with you, but they let you pick every fucking component, including the power supplies. And I want I want a good power supply, and I want it to be like modular, so I could do shit with it later on. I'm honestly really leaning towards something like this, you know. I think that's where I'm at. Maybe going water cooled. I buy power. I think I know I buy power. Alright, so this is what King recommends, or has his current system through. Same day systems, 2-day delivery. Okay, well that's kind of cool. That's cool. I like this. I love the glass on both sides a lot. I really do. That is as ugly as sin. That's horrible. Third gen now? Third gen? Aren't we so much past third gen? I mean, aren't we up to Ryzen 9 now? Maybe I'm like being a right wazzock. But okay, so no, this is good too. This is good too. There are options here. There are definitely options. This would be pretty slick if I could get like a red front or something on it. I kind of like the ones that show the fans. So I'm gonna actually have it sitting up there a little bit on a shelf above me. Some of these are spectacularly ugly. Alright, that definitely gives me options. That definitely gives me options. Alright, so this is where we're going to end it. I might stream tomorrow. It really depends on... I feel like I need to just get my order in on a new PC, but it doesn't have to happen tomorrow, right? I might spend a little bit of time tomorrow splitting this into half, you know, and working on 2 different PSDs. I kind of like that idea. That could be a fun project. That could be a fun project. I think my only concern is I should probably colour in my background and my bricks either side of the split line before we do that. And I need to decide where the split is going to be, because if I've got any furniture or cobwebs or anything like that, I need to make sure they're added beforehand. So maybe we'll make that a project that we'll work on together. Getting this map split into 2 pieces. I like that. I like that. No, I feel you. I feel you, King. I feel you. I do. And I appreciate your advice. I really do. Alright. So, back tomorrow, baby. Definitely Thursday. We're going to keep on working on this. We only, honestly, look at this. We have a few little ante-rooms here. This would be a great area to work on, actually, because we could get that finished up. We have 2 corridors. We have this room here. We have this room and a corridor. This corridor has some stairways here. We've got some stairways there. I think these are going to be worth working on. Maybe that's what we do next when we stream next, actually, is working on those. This whole area up the top, I'm just going to come back to this. It's so freaking complex. It's just one area. It's freaking nuts. We're going to probably make a weekend stream just out of that one area. Yeah, but we're close. I mean, look at it. There's only a handful of corridors, a handful of stairwells, and literally 3 rooms, apart from that stupid one to the north. And then we can actually start coming through, doing all those little details to every room. All of the furniture, sarcophagus, urns, chairs, you name it, they're going in here. We're going to have fun with that. Until then, I'm going to stop the stream for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe. But definitely Thursday. And Miss J, I think it's August for you. Until then, I'll see you all on the flip side. Thanks for hanging out tonight. You put me in such good spirits, such a good mood. I love you all so much. I'll see you all on the next stream. We're going to keep on working on this bad boy over here, or it's going to kill my machine. Either way, you're going to get to see it.